Hey, what's up, everybody? Derek here with the Nerd Cave Network, joined along with voice actor Mr. Ian Sinclair. Ian,
Hey.
how's it going?
That's pretty good. How about you?
Good, good.
Good.
How are you enjoying Fanaticon so far?
It's awesome. You guys are awesome. Everybody here is awesome.
Yeah, they
So
have
awesome.
they have been very awesome.
It's a lot of awesome.
That's the word of the day.
It is
awesome.
It's awesome. Like, we should have, like, Pee Wee Herman jump out and go, hi! That and Thor hammer. They're letting me hold a Thor hammer for this interview, so that makes me happy.
So, what was it that made you want to get into acting?
Honestly, I played in bands for a really long time, and I got addicted to, like, being on stage and, like...
Like rock bands or marching bands? Oh, gotcha.
Like metal bands, like...
Were you a guitar player? Or
Yeah, not a very good one. Like, I was like... I think my first band was a Metallica cover band, and then after that, we just started picking up, like, Tool and Deftones kind of stuff, and, like, I loved it, and I loved being on stage. So then when I got to college, I was like, yeah, I'll do theater, and I liked theater, and that's where I knew all the best actors that are out there all did theater, so I was going to do that. And that's what started it. It was just a weird, like, I like being on stage. And then after that, the voice acting just kind of happened because I made funny voices, and then people offered to pay me for it, and so I said yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to have fun and find a way to get paid for it, right?
Right, yeah. It's the hard part is finding a way, but, like, luckily I lived in the city where this was happening, and I had an underclassman be like, hey, I'm going to introduce you. So I just kind of fell into it. And then I didn't move away because I went to college in that same town. And then I've just been there for 10 years. And so that's what I've been doing with the last decade of my life.
Now, you've been in multiple animes.
Yes.
Has there been a specific role that's been your favorite or one that really stands out?
Space Dandy.
Space Dandy?
I love Space Dandy. It's a good one. You seen Space Dandy?
I have not, actually,
You should
but I'm intrigued just by the title.
You should watch Space Dandy.
I will watch Space Dandy. I'll review it on the podcast.
Do you like Cowboy Bebop?
Yes, I did.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Bebop is like space western, jazz
Yes.
space western.
Mhm.
Dandy is like funky space comedy.
You've already sold me.
Awesome. Go watch
Yeah.
Space Dandy.
Now, I know you've done some voice work for video games.
Yes.
Too. You've been in Borderlands.
Mhm.
Now, is there a difference in approaching an anime as opposed to a video game, or is voice acting really all the same?
Oh, no. It's totally different because in an anime, it's already been made, and so you can watch them on screen and kind of watch the Japanese and how they do it, and then you just kind of like, you're like, oh, he's screaming at this point and sounds really angry. And you could just listen to them and be like, I'm just going to imitate what they're doing. There's a lot of weird intricacies on that, but with video games, you just record. If you want to take an obscenely long pause for something, like, you can, because that's your decision as an actor, and you're not just worried about making sure all the mouth flaps happen exactly right. So, like, you get a lot more freedom, and it's a lot of fun. I just did Zavid in Tales of Zestiria. Shameless plug. It's a good one. Buy it.
Which do you prefer, voice acting or stage acting?
Voice acting pays more. Stage acting is like doing a rock show and is amazing and you feel a lot, but voice acting pays money. No. I will say that something that's really cool about voice acting that I wish I had with my theater stuff is that, like, Space Dandy, for example, I can show my kids one day. I don't have any kids, but one day I could show them my stuff. Like, instead of just being like, oh, you should have seen Dad when he was amazing in this play. People liked it. Read a review from the paper. Instead, like, you have this thing that you get to keep forever.
Right.
And it's a time capsule. And also I've had the joy of being able to beat up some of my heroes from my childhood, Goku and Vegeta, and that's kind of the greatest thing ever. So,
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
yeah.
What type of advice could you give someone who wants to get into voice acting? Like, if I were to tell you I want to be a voice actor, what would you tell me?
What kind of voice actor?
Video games.
Ooh. Move to the market, first and foremost. I was able to do a couple LA video games because they knew me and I had a resume and I was friends with some of the people that worked there. But in general, people don't hire outside of, if you don't live there, they're like, wow, that's going to be hard to get you in for 12 hours this week. Living in the market is a big thing. After that, learn acting, and then after that, there's stuff about, like, get on a mic, just learn your voice, because that's the most important thing is your voice. It's great if you can do crazy voices, but the thing that will book you 9 times out of 10 is your own voice. It's your signature sound. So learn that, take acting classes, move to the market.
And finally, do you have, are you on Facebook or Twitter, or do you have any other type of media where people can follow you?
You can find me at Ian Tweeting on Twitter. I occasionally tweet. Not often, but I'm there. And I think I have a fan page somewhere that I should probably update.
Perfect. Well, Ian, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
And enjoy the hammer.
I get to keep the hammer. They're giving me this hammer. It's great. You're giving me this hammer.